Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another Flight Sim 2020 video. This video is going to be titled Weekend Specials. We are going to officially be doing one video every weekend, and it's going to be a special video, and I will use these videos to address any potential requests that have been made in the comment section, and also my own personal ideas on what to do. So this one is a request. As you can see, we are in Moi International Airport, which is Mombasa, and we are flying an aircraft caravan, Cessna Caravan. It does have this nice livery on. It's not Kenyan, it's Emerald Harbour Air, I think, which is not a Kenyan aircraft, but obviously my registration applies. 5 Yankee Kilo Sierra Delta. So this flight will be a flight to Ukunda. I will give you a small, very slight tour of south coast in Mombasa, south coast of Kenya, and we'll be landing in Ukunda Airport. So without further ado, guys, let's get this video going. Everything is set up, landing lights on, everything is on, parking brake is on, anti-ice on. Actually don't need anti-ice because it's quite hot, and autopilot everything. I will set an altitude of maybe, let's see, we can do like 3,000 feet, a low flight. And heading, I'll just synchronize with my current heading, roughly that. And okay, everything is set up. Prop is full fine and mixture fully rich. I mean, mixture is on high idle. So let's get this flight going. Park brake released, and we'll start advancing the throttle. Let's get back onto the center line. And airspeed is alive. And we can rotate at 70. Up we go. Slight crosswind. As you can see, the aircraft has yaw to the left. Once I get roughly 300 feet above ground, I will put my flaps up. Okay, we are roughly 300 feet, flaps go up, and just trim up to maintain this climb. And Ukunda is actually basically straight ahead, but what we'll do is we'll fly along the coast, which is how I'd like to do this. So as you can see, it's quite a nice aircraft, quite good looking to be very honest. So I'll just continue trying to maintain the runway heading, which is about 210, and then I will commence my flight. I'll turn a bit to the left and try and follow the coastline until we reach Ukunda. So the first thing and the main thing I'd like to show you is just the coastline on the south coast, and I'd also like to give you a look at an island. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right, but it's called Chale Island. So if I am pronouncing it right, well and good. So I will show you that island. It has a hotel on it. I believe it's one of the very few hotels on the Kenyan coast, if not the only one that does have a hotel on it. So we'll just follow the coastline. I'll just head here. Mombasa town is to our left. As you can see, that's Moi International Airport. So that is Mombasa town. The weather is not too bad, actually, quite clear. The winds are a bit strong. Actually, let's go in the cockpit and let's go to PFD, wind option 2. Currently we have about 6 knots on the head, which is okay, not too bad. We can go landing lights off, keep our taxi lights on, and our QNH is 29.83. According to, I'm actually using REX Weather Force for Microsoft Flight Sim, because I find that the default weather engine, yes, it does generate live weather, but in majority of the occasions it does not get it right. So I find that this is the best because it uses the meta. I'm sure the real weather is quite accurate, but okay, let her talk. So I do find that REX, there's no okay, they're gonna keep talking, so let me just continue talking. So I find that REX is quite good in terms of just getting the real weather, because live weather is pretty good, but it does not really what can I say, it doesn't give you the accurate weather, completely accurate, which is what I find. So I just thought I might as well just use REX and get some real weather in. So I've just engaged the autopilot. As you can see, I hope the camera can capture it. Our autopilot LED is on, altitude LED is on, and I'll get my heading mode activated as well. So our heading LED is on. So I'll just let our airspeed build up. and we'll cruise quite slowly. There's no need to really speed up the aircraft so much here. So I'll just reduce power to about 360 on the fuel flow and 1750 RPM. Just keep looking. And that should be good enough. So I'll just go outside view, and we want to go basically to the right hand side. So I'm right now flying over, this should be Mombasa town, I'd like to think so. Yeah, I think it is Mombasa town. I believe that's the harbour and everything. And I believe Likoni, the ferry is there. I believe that's where you cross from. Or is it here? No, that's it, exactly, yeah. That's where you cross the Likoni ferry from. As you can see, there are two slipways over there. That's where you cross it. So I'll just now alter my heading to fly towards this, let's say, southerly heading. Let's see, yeah, southerly heading should be perfectly fine. So we'll just maintain this cruise altitude until we get to the island. We'll go a bit low on the island. As you can see, yeah, it is Emerald Harbour Air. It's quite a nice looking livery. It's actually default, like normally you have to add liveries in the simulator. I'll adjust my heading a bit more to about, let's give it 216. So normally you have to download your own liveries, but this actually, I just thought let me check liveries if I have any, and it showed me these, about 3 of them that came with the new update, which is quite cool. And with the new update you can actually simulate wear and tear on the aircraft, which is quite cool. So I thought I'd play around with that in the next video. Maybe as we're doing our flights to the Mara, we can simulate a bit of wear and tear on the aircraft. So, but I found that quite cool, because in X-Plane we do have, I believe it's SimCoder's reality expansion packs for different aircrafts. I have the Machete in X-Plane, and it does have the reality expansion pack, and it does make it quite realistic, because you have to repair your aircraft. The Hotstar TBM comes with it by default, so does the Machete. The Cessna 210, which I also have in X-Plane, that does not come with it by default. You have to buy that as a separate expansion pack, which is quite fair enough. I mean, if you'd want to get into that level of realism with that specific aircraft. So yeah, let's continue down the coastline. I believe that is the main road that takes you from the Likoni ferry all the way down into Ukunda. So I'm not too sure exactly where it's classified as Ukunda, but this is south coast is just basically south from here. As you can see, there's quite a few settlements over here, mainly like rural settlements. And those are, I don't know if, do not quote me on this, but I believe those are Shimba Hills. I think those are Shimba Hills. And actually, those of you who drive to Ukunda, there is actually a route that takes you from the main road of Mombasa to Nairobi, Mombasa. You cut off Mombasa completely, you cut off that whole area completely, and you just come to the Shimba Hills, which is quite cool. Quite a scenic route as well. So we'll just continue flying. Chale Island is somewhere there, so I'll just alter my heading a bit. The thing with Microsoft is sometimes it allows me to alter my heading with increments of 1, and sometimes it gives me increments of 10. With altitude, sometimes it gives me increments of 1000 and sometimes of 100. But the worst thing is, with X-Plane, it gives me increments of 10. Now, when I'm in a 737 and I want to set a cruise altitude of 34,000 feet, can you imagine how long it would take me just to scroll 10, 10, 10? So I actually just do that without the autopilot panel. Even airspeed, it increases by 1. So it does take quite a bit of time. So those are a few things I feel that, I don't know if I have programmed it wrong or the profile has been programmed wrong, but I feel that I hope those things could be sorted out. But other than that, the throttle is working perfectly fine. It's a really good experience. And these buttons, I'm not customizing them yet, but I know this is for my anti-ice. As you can see, I don't know if you can see it, but my anti-ice light is on right over there. So if I flick the switch, it goes off. I do apologize if you can't see it. I need to find a better camera angle. And then parking brake as well, the light comes on as well. Obviously we don't want to set parking brake. So as you can see, yeah, the coast is mainly just full of vegetation, farmland, as you can see, and this is actually a generic map. Basically, it's not using Bing Maps. I believe there could have been a cloud covering that section where the Bing Map could not look at it, so that's just generic. But you can see this is Bing Map data. And Ukunda airstrip, I believe, is that airstrip right there. That should be Ukunda town. So I'll just alter. I think my heading is fine. We'll just continue flying like this. If you're following a VFR feature, you always keep it to your left. So we're keeping the coastline to our left. As you can see on the cockpit, it's to our left. So I currently just maintain 3000 feet. Indicated airspeed is 142, 141, increasing slowly, and our TAS is 155, and our ground speed is 153, right over there, 153. Okay, yeah, ladies and gentlemen, you can see that is Ukunda airstrip with about 4 nautical miles to go, but we will proceed first to the Chale Island and then we'll return and make our final approach into Ukunda airstrip, and that will conclude this short video. These specials will be quite short because it's just one trip, not many airstrips, just one flight from this point to this point. The next one will be, I will try and do them chronologically as who asked requested first, but since this is the first time, I just did a quick one. I have been requested to do one for Nanyuki in my comment section, and that will be coming up, and that should be coming up actually next weekend. I did a flight about 2 days ago actually planning the route for that flight, and like in the comment section I did actually try and go to like Keep Your Air Base, quite a long runway, quite a nice runway, so we'll see how that one goes. So as you can see, ladies and gentlemen, this is Ukunda town. A bit of generic data over here, but this is big data. Ukunda town, that is exactly how the airstrip looks. That's like a more of a general aviation parking, and that's where like other aircraft park, like when Jumbo Jet comes or Safari Link, they park normally over there. So we're just gonna fly over it, and then we'll make our way to Chale Island, which is somewhere there, and then return back. So it's quite accurate actually. This is actually how it is. You do fly over a clear area over here and then land over. It's quite a short runway. I will leave the details of the runways in the description below, so if you'd like some information about that, please do check the description. That's the coast. That's some hotels over there. You can see a pool over there. The sound of the caravan has improved from the last update, which is quite good. I do quite like that. I do appreciate that. So let me alter my heading a bit so we can position ourselves directly for Chale Island. And beyond Chale Island is now you start entering Tanzanian airspace. We'll have to contact Dar es Salaam Center, which I don't want to do. So we will stay here. If I do have any Tanzanian watchers on my channel, please do let me know where you'd like to go. If it's anywhere in Serengeti, if it's Musoma, I have done a flight to Musoma in a simulator. It's quite a nice airstrip. So wherever you'd like to go, please do let me know. And I wish I could do this on X-Plane, but unfortunately X-Plane does not have this type of data, so I can't really do it on X-Plane, which is quite a shame. So let's see, let's go looking. I'd like to kind of see like some hotels here. I don't know how to identify them, but I'd like to see if I can identify a few. The airstrip is there. So I believe like Baobab Beach Resort and Spa should be this. I believe that's the infinity pool at Kole Kole. That's the 3-layered pool at Maridadi. So this should be Baobab. I believe it looks like it from what I can see. That does look like Baobab. So that is Baobab Beach Resort and Spa. Very nice hotel. So we'll continue along the coastline. I'm not too sure of any of the other hotels along the coastline. So the winds are not actually that rough. I thought we'd get some nasty winds, because the last time I flew to coast I had very bad crosswinds of 12 knots and it was quite gusty as well. So this aircraft was dancing left, right and center. So that is Chale Island, ladies and gentlemen. We will pass by it. The cool thing about Chale Island is actually when you go there as a guest, when you check in, there's a parking off the island. So the parking is basically here for the cars, and then they take you on a tractor with a trailer when there's low tide, because the tractor actually drives across the water. So there's this section over here you have to cross. The tractor drives across it with a trailer. You have like a trailer with seats, which is actually quite cool. It's quite a cool experience. So I will leave a link to their website in the description for those of you who are interested. Check them out and see what stuff you can find on the Kenyan coastline. So that is the island. So all we can do is I could I'll just maintain autopilot actually. There's no worry at all. We'll just fly a bit. I'll actually keep this heading. So zoom in a bit. That is the island. That's a nice beach, like an enclosed beach. So that is where the road starts. So the tractor will take you from that point to there, where there's like a dock for the tractor. And in high tide obviously there are boats parked over there, so in high tide obviously the boats start floating. But yeah, that is exactly how it is. There's a waiting room over there. You park your cars there, I believe, And that is the hotel. Obviously that's not exactly how it looks like, but that is the hotel. Oh, and I believe power has just gone. Oops. Oh, the lag. Oh my days. Oh, and we're back to 30 FPS. It'll probably say connection lost. I do apologize for that, ladies and gentlemen. Power outages are quite common over here. So that is it. So that's Chale Island. So what we'll do is we'll set course back to Ukunda airstrip. So I'll just do basically turn to 030 or 026. But we can have a look down. There we go. Connection lost. I hope it does not start streaming like generic data, because then that'll make this video a bit less pleasing. But that is the airstrip. That's not airstrip, sorry, that is the hotel. Okay, again I've been switched to offline mode. Hopefully that does not affect us so much, because that data has already been loaded. So what we'll do is I will actually go in the cockpit, set my altitude back to, let's give it to 1000 feet is fine. Let's engage vertical speed. Now we'll start flying low. Vertical speed mode engaged. As you can see, the problem with the LED does not light up, but it does work. So I'll just go about is that how much? That's about 800 feet a minute. That should be fine. Let's do 1000 actually. So as you can see, it is a bit weird in the textures that are being loaded, but I think this is because it's, I don't know if I'm connected successfully. Let me just check on my, no I'm not. Connect. I do sincerely apologize for this, ladies and gentlemen. And I apologize for the lag. Successfully connected. We are back, which is good. So I have visual of Ukunda airstrip. I believe it's that little patch of blurry textures. So once we line up with that runway, I believe the orientation is 01. If I'm not wrong, any pilot who has flown to Ukunda, please do let me know if it is actually 01. Oh, that's vertical speed, heading mode, back to vertical speed, and I'll just start putting my RPM back to full. Can you hear the engine sound changing as well? And now I'll change my heading to 01. Yeah, 006, that should be okay. So now I'll enter the cockpit and we'll do a cockpit landing today, not an exterior landing, just to try something new on the channel. So I'll actually disengage autopilot. So I can disengage it by clicking this, or I can disengage it by clicking the red button on my yoke, which is more convenient. So autopilot is off, LEDs have come off, and manual control. So coming in quite good. The winds are actually a tailwind of 6 knots on this runway. So we can land coming in from the other runway, which should be 19, because you just have to add 180 degrees. So you'll come in from the other runway. We'll do a left base and a left downwind for runway 19. Do correct me if I'm wrong, any pilots who've flown to Ukunda. So we'll just actually maintain this altitude. Could engage autopilot, altitude mode, heading mode, and just go for flaps. Wow, you can see the balloon. Just give it power to maintain airspeed. I do not want to stall. Okay, we can have a look outside. With approach flap selected, the Caravan EX only has 2 settings of flaps, approach and landing, I believe. But don't quote me on that. Please do correct me if I am wrong, any Caravan EX pilots over here. So that is Ukunda airstrip. So we will be landing with a crosswind from the left of 6 knots, which should be quite fine. That's not too difficult. So that is the airstrip. Quite a small airstrip. Just reduce power a bit. We don't want to come in too fast. I'm not too sure what the approach speed of the caravan is exactly, but I'd like to maintain around 70-75. And I don't want to balloon on my landings. I've done that quite a bit. I don't like it. It's not nice. As you can see, the textures haven't loaded over here, which is okay as long as this square is loaded. So I'll begin my left base for final runway 19 just once we cross this river. As you can see, even here textures are still trying to load. So that is the thing with Microsoft. It does use... oh, there's someone there. Player that's a long ID, but hello to player 250397454. Wow. Okay, I think we can actually begin. So I'll just disengage autopilot, go into the cockpit and begin my left base. Probably be a continuous turn actually to final. And I will do my landing flaps once I am on my final approach into Ukunda airstrip, south coast Diani. That is the main road right over here where you see cars passing. Reduce power a bit. I'm wondering why the aircraft is shaking so much. But who knows? Okay, there's the... ooh, the lag. Hello, lag. Wow. I apologize for that. My laptop does stutter quite a bit, especially because of background recording. Okay, and we'll get landing lights on. And everything here. Parking brake is off. We do not want to land with our parking brake, otherwise that will be quite disastrous. Okay, I'm going to go for landing flaps. Trim down. 500. Okay, seems like quite a smooth approach. I do not want to go lower than 70. So I'm just controlling it quite a bit with the trim. I do apologize for the lag, ladies and gentlemen. It is a crosswind of 4 knots now. 5 knots. It keeps changing and the direction keeps changing as well, but it's primarily a crosswind from the left hand side. Airspeed is dropping. Actually, it's climbing a bit. It's quite tricky. Okay, and I'll just choke power. Apologies for the texture and the lag. There we go, we're on ground and reverse thrust. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Ukunda airstrip. I'll just activate my parking brake so I can get off with the first exit. And we can come out of reverse thrust. Okay, flaps up. Okay, just get landing lights off. Strobes can come off. We'll just park straight perpendicular to that Baron parked over there. Okay, let's move a bit forward. Okay, that should be it, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for watching this video. I do hope you enjoyed. Once again, welcome to Ukunda airstrip. I do hope you enjoyed that flight. That is what is to come specials. These are the weekend specials. If you do like my content, please do subscribe to my channel. I have one more subscriber to get to 100, which is a great milestone for me. So thank you for all your support that you've given me so far. It is highly appreciated. And please do stay tuned to the channel for more of these weekend specials, and also stay tuned for the weekly Wednesday night video with our tour series. So let's shut down the caravan. Okay, and we can just go taxi lights off and beacon off. Wait for the engine to shut down. Obviously it's not as realistic. The caravan does normally shut down quite quickly, so give it a few minutes. There we go. Okay, avionics 1, 2 off, and there we go. So ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much. That was a 20-minute flight. I do hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give this video a thumbs up, and please let me know in the comment section where you'd like to go next. Next weekend will be in a Nuki as per request, and I will be trying to fulfill all your requests every weekend. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. Have a good remainder of the weekend and have a great week ahead of you. Bye bye.